Are you looking to transition from renting to owning a home? It's a big decision. It requires a lot of information, careful planning, and informed decision making. In this video, I'm going to share with you the top 5 things to consider before making that big switch. For those of you new to my channel, my name is Reaa Maraj and I'm a local realtor in the GTA area. Welcome to my channel. So recently, I've been working with a lot of first-time home buyers, and step number 1 is what I would consider to be one of the most important steps, and that's understanding your buying power. Within your family or friends, decide who's going to be involved in the transaction and really work with a mortgage broker to understand what type of mortgage you're qualified for. They'll go over all of the details such as the interest rate and assess your financial situation in order to give you an idea of what you'll be qualified for. This allows you to, number one, understand your limit, so how much you can go up to. It understands your payments. Obviously, we all have other types of payments in our life, such as car payments and other bills. So you'd want to understand what that monthly payment is going to look like so that you can factor it into your financial plan. And thirdly, it shows your strength and power when it comes to competing in the housing market. So sometimes depending on the type of market it is, if it's a seller's market, often that one homeowner is receiving multiple offers, and you might want to understand what your limit is so that you don't go over or over leverage yourself when it comes to purchasing the house. You want to stay within your limit. So the next thing to consider is saving for costs beyond the down payment of the home. As first-time home buyers, many focus on the down payment amount that's required, but there are other costs as well. Things like closing costs, so maybe your lawyer fees. There is a land transfer tax. There's also moving costs and moving related expenses that's not always considered. You may be required to do an inspection. An inspection is always recommended, whether it's a new home or a existing home. You'd want to make sure that you do a thorough inspection. And there's possibly other costs along the way, perhaps an appraisal if your lender's not covering that cost, so you might be required to pay for that as well. So make sure and save, apart from the down payment, some additional funds for the closing of the transaction. The next step is working with a real estate agent who's familiar with the market. Oftentimes, the real estate world shifts and adjusts based on what's happening in the world or what's happening locally. So there might be an interest rate announcement, there could be something happening amongst countries at a global level. Or there might be things happening at a local level, so maybe it's construction in a certain neighborhood, maybe it's crime rates have increased in a certain neighborhood. That impacts the prices. Your local realtor would be able to help you navigate those situations and to help find the best home that fits your needs. A realtor who's familiar with the local area can help you find hidden gems or navigate uncertain situations in the market. And the fourth item is researching the right neighborhoods for your lifestyle. Your real estate agent can help you with this, but one thing I always recommend to first-time home buyers is involve everyone who's involved in the decision-making within your family or your friend group. Decide what's important to you, whether it's being close to schools or whether it's being close to your job or those who are living in the house, their jobs. Maybe you need to be close to highways or to a hospital, things like that. Just make a checklist of what's important to you and your family before deciding to search for a home. Really take the time to figure out what's important, because once you do start looking, you might find a home but then realize it's too far away from those things that are important to you. So as you're researching the neighborhood that fits your lifestyle, another important thing to consider is the value and the cost that comes with being close to those amenities. So many areas within Toronto, Mississauga, and South Hamilton, Oakville, they're very established areas that have close access to schools, hospitals, transit, things like that. But as you move further out into areas that are newly being developed, it could be further away, but it could offer, lower prices when it comes to the actual cost of the home. It might be a little bit more of a commute, but you might be able to find more affordable homes the further you move out. Not always the case, but it might be something you might want to explore in terms of the cost of the house and being close to amenities versus perhaps moving a little further away. Considering some of these factors can help you make a better long-term investment decision. And the fifth thing is being prepared to work fast in a competitive market. Quite often, as you're house hunting, you may see many houses, but depending on the price, the location, and the type of market, whether it's a buyer's or seller's market, things can go rather quickly. In a seller's market, you might have that multiple offer situation, and you just saw the house, but as you're walking out, there could be an offer being written on that house and submitted. So before you're even able to think of if it's the right house for you, it might be already gone. That's something that first-time home buyers may or may not be experienced in working. It's not always the case, so sometimes we are in a buyer's market. Things may move a little bit slower, so you might have, a few days to think about the house and think about whether it's the right fit. Or if it is a buyer's market and the house is priced well and it's beautifully presented, it could also go really quickly. So it's something to get used to as a first-time home buyer. Moving from a rental to purchasing your own home is a very big decision. It does require extra costs and a lot of thought and planning that would need to go into it. But being equipped with the pre-approval, the right agent, and knowing which community would best fit your needs, it can be a very rewarding and exciting journey. Looking at houses and just envisioning your future life in your new home that you own could be one of the most fulfilling and rewarding experience that you'll ever have. If you are interested in looking in the Greater Toronto area and do have further questions about the real estate market here, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to have a quick discussion with you about what might be the right option. Please take care and we'll chat again soon. All the best.